we're finally at the animation stage. Now, this one, I kind of did it really quickly because I was running out of time. So I actually I created all the scenes in one project. Now, I never ever do that. I usually separate my scenes into multiple projects, but time was against me, so I decided to do it this way. Now, I started off with the background here, and the background is a simple gradient where I have some white going into blue, and then I created one scene and then I duplicated them to create the 4 scenes. So here in scene 1, I'll just show you a breakdown of what I did. So here is where we have the clouds forming. The clouds are basically made out of circles, and then I just animate them moving upward. At first I had them animating moving all over the place, but I decided it would look better and make more sense coming from below up, and then they form the clouds. And I made a little raindrop here, and I was trying to decide whether to make him blue or white, but anyway, he ended up being blue. And let me zoom out here. Okay, so I have the clouds being formed, going up, being formed. Oh, and I also have a noise distorting all the clouds, so it looks like they're all bubbly. And here we have all the circles that I used to create the clouds. And what I did was, after I bring them up, I basically animated them fading out, and then I have a separate drawing of a cloud, and then I sort of increase the alpha for the cloud. So when the circles go out, or when the circles disappear, we can see the cloud. So I hope that makes sense. Let me just preview this a bit so we can see it. And I'm going to play it now. Then we have the raindrop coming out, and I added some movement there, and it's going to fall down. And you can see some of the differences between this and the animatic. So here in scene 2, and as I said before, I just duplicated scene 1 and then edited scene 2. But here we have the raindrop falling down, and this was a fairly simple scene. It's scared, and I think it's funny that the raindrop itself is sweating. But in order to create the lines, this is just some rectangles that I have going up and down, and I blurred them to give the illusion of speed. And here you can see the different groups that I created for the rectangles. And yeah, so that scene is fairly simple. All right, let's move on to scene 3 here, and let's take a look. Now, scene 3 is where we see the entire scene. Now, I purposefully left out a lot of stuff that we had in the sketching stage or the animatic stage to save me some time. So I think there was supposed to be another tree as well as the sun, but at this stage I didn't think the sun would make much sense, and it would take even more time to draw. But anyway, we have the raindrop falling down towards the tree, and then that's where this scene actually ends, because from this scene we're going to cut into scene 4 where the raindrop hits the tree. And for this scene, again, I just duplicated scene 3, called it scene 4, and I scaled it up so that we can just see the raindrop and dropping on the tree. And then I just animated the raindrop. And I thought it would be fun for the raindrop to sort of squash and then stretch and bounce off of the tree. Now, originally, I was thinking that maybe we should have the raindrop slide down the tree, right? I think that's how I had it in the animatic, but I decided that was a bit boring. And it would be funnier to have the raindrop bounce and then fall off the tree. Although in reality, I think it would just probably dissipate or something, But yeah, this is a cartoon. So we have the raindrop falling down, and then I got this crazy idea that, maybe I don't want the raindrop to just fade out into the water. So I got the idea that maybe there's a fish in the water, and then the fish would just chew on the raindrop. Okay. So that was the initial idea. But then I decided, I didn't want it to seem like the raindrop died. Well, technically it's not going to die, but yeah. So I had the fish chew on the raindrop, then it separated into different parts. And then in the end, I had the raindrop in the water, and then it sorts of floats under, well, not float, but sort of runs underneath the water and then just fades out. Now, I didn't do this. This is not the best because I could have done this even better and make it much clearer, because technically this kind of looks weird. The raindrop would more than likely already sort of fade out into the water or become a part of the water body. But I wanted to indicate that, this was the water drop that sort of fades out into the water. But yeah, even though that's not very clear, that was the intention. And yeah, I completed this in a fairly short time. It was in less than a day, I think. So this is pretty cool. And again, I wouldn't recommend you creating all the scenes all in one project, but I would separate them. If I was creating this for, maybe for some greater purpose or something, right? That's pretty much all I have for the scene. And once the animation was done, I exported each scene as image sequences. Then I imported those image sequences into DaVinci Resolve, and then I added my sounds and sound effects and just composited every single thing together. And I exported it as a video, and that was the end of that. And you can see the final result now.